What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver Cris Carter had a lot to say about his former employer, ESPN, and how they pay their people. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels if you have not already done so. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. Again, Hall of Fame wide receiver Cris Carter was on his YouTube podcast called Fully Loaded a couple of days ago, and the subject of ESPN and on-air personalities came up, and Cris gave us some insight on, because he worked there, he last worked there in 2016. His insight is that things have changed, not only at ESPN, but in the sports journalism world as far as on-air talent as a whole. But he says that if you're looking to get in the sports analyst or sports journalism business at ESPN, he said you might want to think twice about that, because if you think you're going to be moving up, making that bread, it ain't happening. So here it is. This is what Cris had to say about how things have changed at ESPN. Check it out.
ESPN's philosophy business-wise is pay the Eagles, starve the turkeys.
Wow.
They told me that.
For real.
Pay the Eagles.
Starve the turkeys.
Starve.
The turkeys know they're turkeys?
Oh, they know.
They know.
If you're doing Sports Center, they know. Like, it's not Rich Eisen, the Sports Center. Like, it's not like these guys are leapfrog coming off that show on to... No.
They ain't going to be doing that for a long time because they're turkeys.
Well, that's their philosophy.
That's what I'm saying. So they're doing it to stay relevant because it ain't for the money.
Well, most of them, if you're doing Sports Center, you're trying to use that as a stepping stone to go way up. Sports Center is not the stage it used to be.
Again, that was Hall of Fame wide receiver Cris Carter talking about ESPN and how the landscape had changed. And speaking of how much money the on-air talents are making at the worldwide leader of sports, this is what I found when I Googled some information. Obviously, we all know who's number one, Stephen A. Smith, making $20 million annually after signing that 5-year, $100 million deal a few months ago. Got Troy Aikman and Herb Street right behind him at $18 million annually. Then you got Joe Buck at $15 million annually. I left out Pat McAfee. I'm sorry. He's right behind Troy Aikman and Herb Street with $17 million. Then Joe Buck at $15 million. And then you have Mike Greenberg, the host of Get Up, at $6.5 million annually. So again, Cris Carter says, any on-air talent that's doing sports looking to get over at ESPN, you want to do Sports Center, fine. But that's about as high as you're going to go. Matter of fact, he says a lot of those on-air talent now over there on Sports Center, most people don't even know them. He said basically, it's about the Eagles and the turkeys. And basically he's talking about Stephen A. Smith is one of the highest Eagles over there, as well as Troy Aikman and Pat McAfee and Joe Buck. So those is basically the haves and the have-nots. I think we all pretty much knew that. But getting it from a NFL analyst that worked there, again, he last worked at ESPN in 2016. Cris Carter knows a little bit about what's going on inside the industry as well. Now, he would eventually go over to FS1, and he and Nick Wright would have their debut show together. That lasted, I think, a year. There was rumors that Cris Carter was fired because of he and Nick Wright had a clash of personalities. Don't know if that was true or not. So now Cris Carter's doing his own thing again, like YouTube. And again, the social media world has kind of created a whole nother avenue for up-and-coming sports journalists, i.e. content creators. If you want to do your own thing, you just get in, you get your mic, get in front of a camera or your laptop or whatever, and you can do your own thing until possibly you can build a audience. So, I mean, Sports Center, I still think it's probably, that's cool to get on at ESPN, but I don't know if that's the biggest aspiration now for a lot of people doing sports because of social media now. So that's my thoughts on it. But again, I hear what Cris Carter's saying. I don't think nobody's surprised. I think that's kind of how it works in a lot of corporate businesses and professions. Most of the time, the top of the food chart, the top people gonna get paid, whereas those in the middle and the bottom trying to work their way up, it's gonna be tough sledding. You know, unless they, know somebody that knows somebody. I always say it ain't what you know, it's who you know a lot of times. And no matter what business you're in. So that's my thoughts on it. I'd like to know your thoughts on Cris Carter talking about ESPN and on-air personalities making the big bucks. Again, talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.